ping pong work in progress is my way to describe my approach, because it's always a ping pong. First, I start to sketches and to understand the volumes and the idea that I tried to explain before. And after, we develop a small models that you can see, made in cardboard, for understand the perspective and the volumes. This was my first sketches for define the different area. And this also was the sketches for understand which was the entrance and which was the idea of the panels, which way I can build. The intersection for to create a different place. And here you can see that there are these big volumes that I want to create, and the intersection creates the living room, but I want to create also the two axes of the house. One axis that work with kitchen, living room and loggia, that is the place where maybe you can spend more time during the day. And after there are another axis that you have the bedroom, living room and relax area, that is the place maybe where you can spend more time in the evening. And the four corner of the house is what I want to use to create more specific place and more functional in one way. So one is the bedroom, the bathroom, another one is the bibliothèque, the other one is the kitchen garden, and the last one is the studio and the garderobe. And this is the crazy part for understanding which way to put. We put around 400 plants all around the house. So we start to study which way to fix the shelf and the view of the kitchen in the beginning. It's more a shop for vegetables, but not the kitchen. No. And this is the first plan of the house. We cut these small pieces for simulate the furniture, and we start to play with them to find the right situation. And you can see a small person that is inside the house to try to understand also the size of the roof and so on. And this was the sample of the different material that we picked in the beginning. And probably we continue to use only the floor. And this is the first rendering that I normally make when I'm sure that we define more or less the idea. And this was really important for me to understand in which way to build the house. And you can see that maybe the colors is a little bit different, but the way that is built now is really close to this rendering. And also the simulation of the plants inside and the plants outside. And this is the small model, really small, like that. And with small picture of the different products that we put inside. And after I put the desk lamp up, and we take this picture for understand which kind of light was important to have, and which kind of effect we can have from the panels. And this was my first sketch. Another really, really important part was not only the volumes and the architecture, but also which kind of furniture I want to put inside. And I want to create this relation between future, present, and past. And one thing that for me was really important was not to do a house that become a sort of Luca Nichetto showroom. I don't believe in this. If it's a real house, I'm sure that people don't want only Luca Nichetto stuff. And I really like the idea to mix my stuff with other things. And of course, I pick some of my product, but I want also to create a sort of connection with the guest of honor of the past edition of ideal house or das Haus. So I pick also, you can see around the house, products from the Campana brothers, Naoto Fukuzawa, Burlap, all the old guest of honor in Cologne. Another important part was for me to see if my work, the work of colleagues and friends, work together also with the pieces of the master. And so I pick some products from Italian masters, but also products from Scandinavian masters, because I'm starting to discover the Scandinavian masters later, of course, than the Italians. But still, also in Scandinavia, they have a lot of masters in design. And these two connections was really important for me, for to see if my product can work with this icon. Because normally, especially in Italy, there are this big problem for my generation, that all the time there are a big critic about the new generation of designers. And all the time we are compared with the old generation. But we live in totally different periods. And the world is changed. In the 50s, when they start, probably doesn't exist a market for design. So now it's much more complicated. But I try, but also my colleagues in Italy try to do the best that we can. And I want to see if this works together or not. It was a sort of critique for me to resolve in one way. And maybe later you can tell me if I was able to resolve. Another important part was in a real house, you don't have only furniture or this kind of stuff, but you have also painting and illustration and so on. And I have a lot of friends that is illustrator or artist, so I asked to them if they can develop for this house a special art piece. And so I asked to a girl, to Julia, to do drawings with objects that become nature, plants, and to Jacopo to do a brain that become a labyrinth. And all this kind of stuff is put in the house. And this also was really important for the feeling that I want to create. And my goal in this project was to give to the people that visit this space the feeling that this could be a real house with a real atmosphere. This is the reason why also in the kitchen you can find pieces of pasta or boxes, a lot of small details that maybe put like not in a good order, but this is what normally really happens in a house. And so this was more or less what happened behind the project. And now, after a really strong and hard work for 3 months, it's possible to see here the result of this process. And I really hope that you can enjoy, and if you have some questions, I'm here. Thank you very much.